Here we will see Introduction to ADO.NET. ADO.NET is a technology developed by Microsoft as a part of .NET framework. ADO stands for Active Data Object. It serves as a bridge between framework and databases, which simplifies the task of accessing and manipulating data. ADO.NET consists of libraries with predefined functions that aid programmers in working with databases. ADO.NET offers consistent access to various data sources, which includes SQL Server, XML, and those exposed through OLEDB and ODBC. It enables data sharing consumer applications. These applications are used to connect the sources, retrieve data, perform operations, and update it. ADO.NET distinguishes data access from data manipulation and provides separate components that can be used independently or together. It includes .NET Framework data providers facilitating database connectivity, which executes commands and retrieve results. ADO.NET separates data access from data manipulation into discrete components that can be used separately or combined. ADO.NET includes .NET Framework data providers for connecting to a database, executing commands, and retrieving results. The next step is processing these results and loading them into ADO.NET dataset, which is a collection of data tables that contains data. ADO.NET dataset can be combined with data from various sources. If needed, you can pass it between different application layers. ADO.NET datasets can manage locally stored data and operate independently of the .NET framework by sourcing the data directly from XML. Console applications, window applications, web applications, and API services make the connection to the web services, database, and Excel with ADO.NET. And ADO.NET provides 4 classes: data reader, dataset, data adapter, and data table to read, retrieve, and update the data. ADO.NET includes different steps. First, it connects to the database, then open the database connection, set the record set to hold your data, open the record set to retrieve the specific information required, extracting the data from the record set, and then close the record set and close the connection. Therefore, ADO.NET is useful for developers, which ensures simple and efficient data management. Different advantages of ADO.NET are: easy data access. Data can be easily accessed with the help of ADO.NET from different sources like XML documents and databases. The developer can also easily manipulate data with the help of set of classes provided by the ADO.NET. Next is high performance. ADO.NET is used to disconnect data architecture, which is easy to scale as it reduces the load on the database. The performance is increased since everything is handled on the client side. Next is scalable. ADO.NET uses disconnected data access. Therefore, the application does not retain the connection to the database for a longer period, which makes it feasible for multiple users to access the data, hence makes it scalable. Maintainability. The data logic and the user interface is separated in ADO.NET, which allows us to create our application in independent layers. Hence, it can be easily maintained. And active community. The community support for ADO.NET is huge, and many developers are actively working using ADO.NET, which makes it easier for someone who is beginner and wants to start learning how to use ADO.NET, since lot of documentation is also available. And disadvantages of ADO.NET. First is cross-platform support. ADO.NET has very less cross-platform support because initially it was developed for only Windows and the .NET framework. It is difficult to use it on Linux or Mac OS. Resource management. The management of resources such as database resources, transactions, and connection must be done manually by ADO.NET. Code complexity. The code that ADO.NET uses for data access and management is quite complex, which makes it difficult for us to understand and maintain the code. Next is learning curve. ADO.NET is a new technology and is quite difficult to understand, especially for someone who is new to programming. Many concepts such as data providers, data sets must be understood to learn the ADO.NET. And next, limited scalability. The disconnected data architecture provided by the ADO.NET is not beneficial in all cases regarding scalability. It becomes difficult for the developers to maintain large amounts of data.